we have Coach Mike Schafer, who's back here, first time since 2006. We're happy to have Cornell here, and they made the championship game against Wisconsin, and one of the most epic games in NCAA tournament history. And also sophomore goaltender Andy Iles, freshman forward John McCarron, and junior forward Greg Miller. We'll go ahead and open it up with opening statements from Coach and the players, just on your thoughts on being back in the NCAA tournament. Coach, go, or do you want your players to go first?
Obviously, when we sit down at the beginning of the year, we establish a few goals, and one of our main goals every year is to put ourselves in a position to make the NCAA tournament. And we're here, and we're excited about that opportunity, and tomorrow should be a really fun night.
Going off what Andy said, it's my first time being a freshman. It's pretty unbelievable just have this experience, and obviously it's a goal that we wanted to attain, and this is just a stepping stone to get to the Frozen Four. So take advantage of our opportunities here. Pretty excited.
Not to repeat too much of what they said, we're just real excited about the opportunity, and we're going to do the best that we can. So we're real excited.
Coach.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for bringing that 2006 up, epic. In that 2006, I asked our guys after the 2006, one of the, graduating, what was one of the best moments they've ever had, and I think it's a testament to student athlete. They said that the loss in triple overtime Wisconsin was one of the favorite sporting events they've ever been involved in, and it had obviously not to do with the loss, but I think something that we try to preach to our players is living the moment, enjoying their run, and enjoying the games. And that 2006 was an unbelievable game, and I think that's what you want for your student athletes, is to have unbelievable memories. And so even a loss in that game, I think that you hear these guys talk about how excited they are to play, get an opportunity to be in the NCAAs, and want to make the most of their opportunity. And that's what you want out of your student athletes, is to come here and be ready to compete and do a good job of that, and not have any regrets when they're done playing for the season. And I think that after our championship, not getting to our championship game in our league, we had some regrets as a team. It was a goal for us, and now we get to get an opportunity, not so much based on performance, but based on laying everything on the line, and not having any regrets after any game that we play.
All right, we'll open it up for questions, and guys, don't forget to introduce yourselves.
George Simple, Detroit Free Press. For John, can you just talk about playing Michigan, and what are you hearing from people back home? And then for Andy, can you just talk about your experience in Ann Arbor?
Growing up, always rooting for Michigan State. Big rivalry. I was more of a State guy, so it's not too hard for me to root against Michigan here. And I think it's just, like I said, it's an unbelievable opportunity. It doesn't matter who the opponent is, but it's that little bittersweet feeling that if we do beat Michigan, it's nice to know that that's where I came from, and it's my hometown. So a lot of the guys back home can understand what Cornell is and what a great opportunity I have here. So pretty excited. And
as far as Ann Arbor goes for me, that was an experience that I'll always remember, and it was great for me, and it put me in a position to be able to have success here at Cornell. And but I'm excited because I went to school right across from Yost Arena for a year, and I have a lot of buddies on that team over there, and but for that thing was most important. Being in Ann Arbor was most importantly for developing myself to be in a game like this and to be in a situation like this, and I'm excited, and the guys are excited, and we're looking forward to getting out there tomorrow.
You were there for just 1 year, right? How did you end up there?
I actually didn't make it my first year, so I went out for a 40-man camp, and I got cut my first year, and I went back to Salisbury School and played there, and then an opportunity opened up the following year, and they invited me out there, and at that point I took it.
Zach Helfman from the Michigan Daily. Coach, how do you prepare for a team like Michigan, which doesn't have probably that top scorer, but they have a lot of different scores and a lot of depth on that team?
Well, I think that our preparation is no different than any other teams that we've played throughout the course of the year. I mean, our team's been involved in a lot of big games at Madison Square Garden against BU, Colorado College. We faced different teams this year that that's what you want your non-conference schedule to do is to mimic the tournament. And you face a team like Colorado College on the Olympic ice sheet with some guys like Jaden Schwartz and Riley Schwartz, and you played BU and 18,000 fans at Madison Square Gardens, and even our own league with Union is an outstanding hockey team with a lot of balance throughout. There was unbelievable special teams. So that's not so much you're preparing for Michigan this week. It's the preparation has been happening all year long, and we pride ourselves on great balances for us defensively, and never really worried about anybody on our team in line matchups. I feel that we have great balance as far as defense up front with our lines, and so that's comforting that you know that you can play a team that's got a great 1-2 punch and 2 players, or if you're playing against a team that can contribute offensively from everywhere, that we have that balance. So the preparation's been all season long, and our balance ourselves is going to give us that opportunity that we don't feel that there's a line that we have to protect, or a defense pair that we have to protect, and be comfortable with all the guys that we're going to throw it over the boards.
Pete Cunningham, AnnArbor.com. Coach, if you could answer this first, and then any players that want to chime in. How do you think playing in that consolation game, which was essentially an elimination game for you guys, how do you think that's prepared you for this win or go home tournament?
I think, I'll speak from a coaching standpoint. I think it was more of a pride thing than anything else. It was really disappointed, and the players were when you have an opportunity, as Andy said, you set a goal for yourself, and all of a sudden, we didn't play great. And Harvard played well, but we just didn't play great. And it's really disappointing. I mean, our fans, their fall is much like Michigan, and the pressure is there to be successful. And when it didn't happen, I was very proud of our guys the way we came back the next day. And, go back to it, more than just the result. I think it was more about coming back in that game and redeeming ourselves of the way we needed to play. And we've always believed that if we play that way, good things will happen. And in that game, it did. So it's I think when you're going after a league championship, you still have that one and done feeling in the semifinals, or even at home. You have that one and done feeling because if you lose, you don't get to achieve the goal that you wanted. Not necessarily that you stop playing. And so from a coaching standpoint, I was very, very proud of our guys got themselves up off the mat and got back out the next day and played for the right reasons, and that was for the way we wanted to play and how we wanted to play.
Any of the guys? Greg?
Just to kind of reiterate what Coach said, I think it just showed that we can play in those big games. Like Coach was talking about, we played at Madison Square Garden against BU, and last weekend versus Colgate it was a win or we're done. And so we showed that we can step up and play in those big games, and we can compete. It's just like this weekend; it's one and done. So I think mentally it prepared us very well for this weekend. So. We just gotta come out and play. Unfortunately, we didn't against Harvard, but what we can do is we can take lessons from that game, and what we did when we played Colgate, we did well, and we came out, we competed hard, and we ended up getting a victory. So I think mentally is huge for us, and will certainly prepare us for this weekend.
Other questions, guys? Pete?
Pete Cunningham, AnnArbor.com.
Good work.
So your fans, the faithful, and Yost fans are very similar and are actually tied in the sense that I think Yost fans copied many of the chants that they have. Who do you think has the better fan base? And Andy, from a goalie's perspective, I don't know if you've seen tape of like the Michigan fan base ride goalies. And your guys, who do you think rides goalies harder?
Actually, I've been fortunate to play at both those places and be a goalie in games against both those teams. So I think we have the greatest fans in college hockey, and I've played at Yost in front of the Yost fans, and the line of faithful is something special, and it makes it that much more special to go out there and wear the sweater and win hockey games in front of your team, in front of your home crowd, because there's no better feeling. And then as far as it goes about riding the goalies, I'm not too sure. Pretty similar chance. I know the only time I played in front of Cornell's crowd and, was getting ridden by them pretty hard. I was actually committed at that time, so they took it a little easier than some of the opposing goalies typically get. But, both arenas are great places to play hockey, and, those are two symbols of what college hockey is all about. And it's fun playing in front of the student body and in front of community fans, and we're here, representing the university, and it's unbelievable to get the support that we get in Ithaca. So every time we step out on that ice, we take advantage of the opportunity and not only play for each other as a group of brothers and our personnel and our staff and our families, but also for the community and the other students that attend our university.
Zach?
You guys have done a good job limiting other teams' offensive production this year. Michigan is a pretty up-tempo team. What do you have to do to impose your style of play early on in the game?
Who's that to?
To the players.
Players?
Well, I think, we always talk about following the process, and, I think we pride ourselves on, being more of a defensive team. You don't get any offense unless you play defense first. So I think with Michigan, we just got to stay above guys and, make the right reads. But, we're not going to change our style of play for them just because they're Michigan. It's what we've done all year, and I think just making sure we stick to our process to a T, it's gonna benefit us. So
I think as Coach said before, we prepare the same way for any team. Of course, we understand what their strengths are and their weaknesses are, and we can make slight adjustments as we go. But it's all about us in that locker room come tomorrow, and it's how we play. Obviously, we know they're a great offensive team, but so can we. We can be a very good offensive team, and if we can stay above them, work hard, get in on their forecheck, make their D skate the puck, I think we'll be all right.
Anything else, Jonathan? All right, thanks a lot.